Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm excited to share with you my tips and tricks on how I find and connect with high net worth investors using the platform LinkedIn. It's an amazing platform. It's where I found most of my investors, and I've gone on to build some amazing relationships using the platform. So it's definitely worth dedicating time to LinkedIn. It's just a case of knowing how and where to actually spend your time searching for these investors and potential business partners for you. So stick around to the end because I'm going to be giving away some top tricks and insights on how I do it. Let's get into it. So we want to use LinkedIn to find and connect with business owners, investors, and potential partnerships. Okay, so we're going to dive into that at the end of the video. So do stick around to the end because I'm going to give away some real top secrets of mine, which I use in order to connect and build some amazing relationships, which I have done and I continue to do to this very day. But let's start with the basics of LinkedIn. We need to get our profile right. So let's start from the top. Headshot, the photo. What's the first thing that we do when we put in a keyword search and we scroll down the connections and people that we want to meet or connect with and speak with? We look at the photos. Now we judge people on the photo to whether we click on it or not. That's just human nature. That is fact. That's what we do. So if you've got a really nice photo that stands out from the crowd, you will get picked over others. So I would say invest. If you can't do the photo yourself, invest in having a nice photo taken. And that is your base. After that, you need to structure and redo your bio. Does your bio tell people what you do, the service that you offer, really clearly, by the way, and how they should be working with you? Why you are the best in your industry and sector, whatever you work in. And ultimately, why then a conversation should be had based on what they can see on your profile. So it is you that you need to start with, your profile. So invest and spend time making a really professional LinkedIn profile. After that, you think, okay, I'm ready to put myself out there. Well, what would be good just before you do is to get some endorsements. So endorsements are at the bottom of your profile. It'd be great to get some of your connections just to give you some plus signs on some of the areas that you work in. So you've got some credibility there, because some business owners or investors or whoever you're targeting will scroll on your LinkedIn and they'll see who's endorsing you. And have they got any connections that you are connected with as well? They'll try and make a relation between you and someone else. So if you can get some endorsements, great. Okay, so let's actually have a look at some figures to why LinkedIn is such a good platform to use. So why should we be spending quality time on LinkedIn? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly why just by giving you some very quick facts. 740 million users on LinkedIn worldwide, and 277% more effective at generating leads compared to Facebook and Twitter, which is a huge percentage of conversion. 44% of LinkedIn's users take home more than $80,000 per annum, so that's quite a high salary. And of course, that's not including all the CEOs, all the directors, big business owners, family offices, investment funds, sovereign funds, and so much more that are on huge salaries or huge profit margins, and those are the ones that we want to connect with, find, build rapport, and go on to do business with. So it's such an amazing platform where there are so many wealthy individuals and funds and institutions. We just need to be that individual that they want to work with. We need to approach them correctly, and how are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to talk about that very shortly. I'm going to show you some very simple steps that you can take to go on and build one hell of a power team and a very wealthy power team / network. So how do we do that? Well, I do advise you to get a notepad and pen right now, because I'm going to share or watch this video back. By the way, do let me know in the comments below on how you connect and find with investors and new business partners. I'd be very interested to hear, and I will get back to you. But the first things first, have a notepad and pen ready, because what we're going to do is we're going to go through some simple steps on how we can go and approach and prospect with new business clients or investors, whatever sector and industry you're in. So for me, when I'm going and I'm finding investors on LinkedIn, and there are many investors, we just need to filter through and work out who's who. So first things first, you're going to need to allocate 2 days or 2 afternoons for doing a data and research day and a prospecting day. Why do we have 2 separate days? Well, when we're connecting, we want to have them, we want to keep our excitement separate. And what I mean by that is when we're filtering through and we're using keyword searches, and we're finding people that we want to connect with. We don't want to rush the process. Building rapport, building a relationship takes time. Believe me, please do not rush this. It's not on the first call, it's not on the first message, it's on the third and fourth that you're going to get traction. So we really need to respect the whole process of this. This is a structure using LinkedIn, so please don't rush. So what is the data research day? That is where we will use LinkedIn, we'll use its search engine to use keywords. Now, in my book, How and Where to Find High Net Worth Investors, it will be in the description below. I provide you with very unique keyword searches that you can use, which will then filter more investors on those keyword searches. And then you can go through and hopefully find your next business partner, your next client, your next lead, your next investor. So bear in mind, think about this. Most investors who are genuinely wealthy don't want to be found, so they will not have generic names. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share it up here actually, is a list of jobs with their titles and their salaries. It just goes to show that the high paying salaries, which might be your next investor or business partner or client, whoever it is, they haven't got your generic title of private investor, angel investor. You know, those are very generic, and those are keywords that people will be bombarding those people that have that in their title. Remember, you are going to be one of many people that have been contacting these people who have this private investor, angel investor. Believe it or not, we are actually looking on our data and research day, we are looking for business owners. We are looking for someone who is in profit, someone who is still in a full-time job, but they have a high-paying salary, and therefore they're building up cash and they want to invest their money. Those are the people that we're looking for. So we're actually looking for health and safety directors, dentists, doctors. We are looking for high-paid salary jobs that people may be building up cash, but they still invest on the side. Because a savvy business owner will be a director or a CEO and run a business, but the profit that that business is turning over, the income, they'll be investing. So that might not scream out on LinkedIn. So these are the things that we need to be really researching, taking down data, and that's why you need a separate notepad simply for your data research day when you're using these keywords, going through and connecting. So my tips on this are: connect on the same day that you're doing data research. So find these people, connect with them. Do not send a message on the same day. So I always do my data research days on a Sunday, and I do my prospecting on a Friday. When people have got that Good Friday feeling, they're going home, because my conversion rate will be higher because it's a Friday. I would never try and prospect on a Monday morning when people are feeling very sluggish, very tired, and they don't really want to talk. That's not a good day. So Sunday for my connection, my data research, Friday for my prospecting. So the second step after that, once I've made a connection with someone I believe could be a potential, I will then leave it roughly 24 to 48 hours, perhaps on the Monday and Tuesday, before I send a LinkedIn message. Now, why do I do that, by the way? Just to quickly explain. There's nothing worse when someone sends you a connection, you accept it, and then seconds later you have a little red icon in your private messaging inbox and there is a long cold calling pitch or message. There's no time and effort that's gone into that, and it feels very impersonal, so you kind of bin it off, or certainly I do. The reason I leave it 24 to 48 hours later is because that shows a little bit more. It's personal, it's been created. I've actually typed it up myself, and my template, which is key here, you will need two different types of template: a template for an individual, say an investor, or a fund, or perhaps a business that you're trying to contact, and you need two separate templates. So I will then send 24 to 48 hours a message something like this: good afternoon or good morning, the name. I hope you're very well. The reason I contacted you or connected with you is because I came across your profile, something like this. I came across your profile and noticed that you're involved in this. I then went onto your website and saw that your business involved in this, which really interested me. I wondered if it'd be okay if I could ask a couple of questions. All the best, Aaron. So it's short, it's warming. I've asked them if I could ask them a couple of questions, so they're going to be intrigued to what I've seen. What else have I done? They know that the message weren't sent instantly on the connection request. It's been a couple of days. I could say in that message, I connected with you a couple of days. I've just got round to dropping you a message. I've also mentioned something in their bio, so it shows that I've read their bio, and it's also mentioned that I hopped onto their website and I referred to something on their website. So it's personal now. So they know that I've spent the time and effort. Really short, really warming. And I've also put there at the end, would it be okay to ask a couple of questions? So now they're intrigued. So my reply rate is going to be so much higher had I have just sent, say, a big pitch and a big cold calling message. It's so impersonal, you just bin it off. So on that reply, so for example, if I do have a reply from that, I will then look to set up a call that Friday. If I don't hear back from that direct message, I normally leave it about 24 hours and I will follow up with an email, providing their email is available on LinkedIn, or if it's on their website, if I can find it. So if I don't hear back through direct message, I follow up with an email. What I will do is, whether I've had a reply or not, as long as I have a contact detail, I will still prospect on Friday. So for example, if I don't hear back, I will prospect on Friday, normally around mid-afternoon, and I will just call up and I will say, would it be okay to speak to the gentleman or the lady that I've contacted? I will then refer, as long as I get onto the phone call, as I will then refer to sending an email and a connection request earlier on in the day. So I have a foundation to talk to them about. You know, they may have not had time to get back to me. There could be many reasons. However, I still want to get on the phone because that's when I can win them over. That's when I can prospect and do my thing within regards to my sales ability. So if we do hear back and we get a reply, it's then very recommended that you try and book in that call. So say, you know, thank you so much for contacting me or getting back to me. You know, I just wanted to have a quick sort of discussion, 5 minutes, don't want to take up too much of your time. I wondered if you'd be available this Friday. So always get them on the phone. So you've built that little bit of rapport up. You've been personal where you've said you've seen something on their bio or their website, and now we're booking the call on the Friday. And we want to book as many calls in as we can on a mid-afternoon on a Friday so we can prospect to get a conversion to hopefully get them on our books, have them as a client, have them as a partner. So the next step really is the rapport building. So when we are speaking with someone who is a potential investor or a business client, we do not want to sell ourselves. What I do is I criteria take. So note this down, I criteria take and I hopefully convert. So for example, I'm just going to give you a very off the top here, but if I was able to speak with someone, say John Smith, and we organised a call for Friday afternoon, I'd say, hi John Smith, I just want to let you know, this isn't going to be too long, I just want to take up a couple of minutes of your time and I really appreciate you being on the call with me. The reason I did want to speak to you is because I came across your profile, and what interested me is I saw that you were involved in this and that what your business does, and it just intrigued me. Therefore, just wanted to, if nothing comes of this, you know, just a connection, just a bit of a business relationship there. So I'm playing it very soft. I'm not going heavy. I've said to them already that I'm only going to take a few minutes of their time. And then what I will do is I'm not going to sell myself. I'm now going to criteria take, but very loosely, I'm going to put out what it is I'm interested in. So I would just say something on the lines of, I'm involved in, let's say, property and development. And the reason I wanted to speak to you is that I have several opportunities that come across my desk. And basically, you know, we fund a lot of our own projects, but we're looking to partner up in the very near future with other business owners or potential investors who might want to be some form of a silent partner. And I just wanted to run this by you, is this an industry or an area that you're interested in? Because if it is, it'd be great to take an email, a direct email, and just be able to sort of put you on our list in regards to, if any opportunities come up, I'd love to present them to you. Depending on the answer, I'm not going to go into all the details and the answers of what could be given back here. But essentially, if it's more of a no and they're not interested right now, that's when we go into a criteria take, and where I would convert it into, okay, not a problem. What are your interests? So if you were to act as an investor or you were to go into partnership, what are you after? What do you look for? And I would start taking what they do want. And then when we go away, I would then try and fill that gap. I would try and tick those boxes, put them on my investor database, put them on a list, and I would put them as like a category 1. I'd put them as a stage 1 because I have different stages for my investors and business partners. I would try and take as much information as I could, so when I go away, I will try and fulfill their needs so I can still build a relationship. What I also want to share with you is stick around, because I'm going to give you a very simple trick which not enough people use, which we can go from LinkedIn to using Google to using Companies House in order to get a background of the people that we're contacting. So What is that exactly? Well, when we're doing our data research day, when we call these people and prospect, we want to make sure that we know as much information about them as possible. So one thing that people do not use enough is Companies House. So in the UK, we have Companies House, which provides a financial breakdown of what a company and directors are involved in. You know, what the turnover is and what the directors have in regards to appointments. What other companies do they own? So when I'm speaking with these individuals, I'm already quite informed about their financial turnover, or I have a good understanding of the position they're in. So just hopping back to our data research day is start using Companies House. So if you find someone that is a business owner or a director, pop their company onto Companies House and begin having a look at their financial turnover. Are they in profit? Are they in debt? Do they owe a lot? You know, what it is, just get an understanding of their financial position. Because if you came across, let's say, John Smith and his company, whatever it is turning over 5-6 million a year and they are 3-4 million in profit, you've got a good chance that John Smith is someone that you really need to spend quality time, and the execution needs to be perfect because they could be your next business partner / investor. So Companies House is a black book of information. What it also will tell you is what other appointments do they have? So what other companies do they own? Do they own investment arms? Do they own a property company? And what, you know, and again, what are they turning over? What are the other companies turning over? And the other thing you can do is look at the directors. So who are the other directors? Because you should copy their names, go connect with them on LinkedIn. And it's like this tree effect that one branch leads to another. And again, it's about building rapport. So those are kind of the steps: data research, connection, and really spend time building nice templates that you can send. They're very personal, but obviously you can pump them out. You can actually send these templates out en masse, because all you're doing is changing the name, the company, a bit of information about what you've seen in the bio, and then you hit send. And although they don't know that you're sending out 10, 20, 30 of these on your like mid prospecting week, they don't know that, but it's very personal to them. So spend time creating really nice templates. And look, if you need any help or you want any recommendations, or look, feel free, you can book a call with me and we can go through all of this in detail and get you all set up so you can start building and connecting with these business owners, investors, and really, you know, high net worth and sophisticated investors. So those are the main steps that I take up really in regards to getting myself onto the prospecting call. LinkedIn is a place where you must be spending your time. I promise you, I've had such success with LinkedIn. To the network that I have now through family offices, investment funds, high net worths, UK and abroad, was all through LinkedIn, or the majority. The other thing, the power really through LinkedIn as well, is referrals and introductions. Are you perhaps going to prospect with someone that is already connected with someone that you know? Because there is nothing more powerful than an introduction. If you can be introduced with someone who's already endorsed you, who respects you, who has worked with you, your conversion rate of a new business partner or an investor will be so much higher if you can reach out to someone who is connected with the person that you are looking to speak with. It will pay dividends, I promise you, to build on your referrals. Content in regards to what you're putting out on LinkedIn. Be consistent. I post on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I do 2 posts today. One that tells everyone a little bit about me, what the areas of involvement that I have, so people can become familiar with me. I'm not necessarily looking to generate comments and engagement. I just want to be seen, so when I do poke my head up and I do make these calls, people recognize me. Because LinkedIn is very oversaturated in regards to, you get filtered out very quick on the threads, and it is hard to get engagement compared to other platforms such as Instagram. But LinkedIn is a very, very good place in order to build business, you know, to build and generate new clients. I truly believe actually it's the best platform. So just be consistent. Don't worry about getting too much engagement. Just be putting out consistent posts so people can see what you're doing, tell them what you're doing. So the day that you make a phone call to that potential investor, they've already seen you pop up. They've seen your nice profile photo that really stood out. So those are just some very sort of simple but yet so effective methods that I use in order to be successful and have a good conversion rate on LinkedIn. I really hope this video helped. please do hit the like button. Thank you, by the way, if you did get to the end of this video. I know it's slightly longer than my normal videos. Hit subscribe, and until the next video, good luck. Do let me know, leave a comment, and if you need any help on LinkedIn, do give me a shout, and I'll speak to you all on the next video.